Once more, behind the screen is a fellow cyber enthusiast like you by the name Felix. So I'm part of the community, and we are actually giving you this to educate you and improve your knowledge with respect to cybersecurity and make you cyber smart. And there's no better time than this, especially this festive period when um, a lot of phishing free gifts or freebies are always in circulations. So I'll just go right into the course. So if peradventure you don't understand something, you could just give me drop a message. Right. I need to see. Okay. So enough of the introduction. Let's go straight into the reason why we are here. So the topic is cybersecurity awareness for everyone, and it's for you to defend, detect, and dominate. And that's the reason why we're having this. So, what is the aim? The aim here is to equip every participant, especially entrepreneur, business owner, with zero technical background, with practical knowledge and the confidence to recognize, prevent, and respond to common cyber threats. So I'll just try as much as possible to make this fast. So then the question is, what are you going to learn? You're going to learn how to build a secure digital fortress around your data, your business, and your financial life. I believe one or two persons here, everybody, it's either you're into business or you're into tech or you're a student or you must be one of these. Or probably let's say you are a software developer, or you are trying to you're among the beginners, or you're somebody who has zero knowledge and you just want to you're still thinking, should I go into cybersecurity? Why should I? So this I'm going to give you a very good reasons and why it's so important that you should um take up cybersecurity as um a habit, actually, more than a course or a learning phase. So now, I mentioned the practicals. So first of all, I would like to give this important notice, and is this this practical exercise and the knowledge gain is only conducted solely for academic instructions and defensive training. So so the practical I'm going to give here during the time of the practical, like I said, it's not going to be, I'm not liable for whoever is going to use it for any malicious purpose. Any unauthorized or malicious use of this technique demonstrated is strictly prohibited. So I stand to let everyone know that whatever knowledge or practicals you're going to get here, it's just for educational purpose and for you to be able to defend yourself, learn how to be cyber smart, and learn how to protect not just yourself, your family, and everyone, your workplace, and everything around you. So now, what are the practicals we're going to look into? We're going to look into the world of steganography, and I believe a lot of us might ask, what is this? What does it mean? It's the ability to hide information in an image or maybe music or a video. So it is a kind of cyber attack whereby you could hide a malicious um, information, maybe a malicious script, embed it into an image, and when you look at the image, it looks the same. It doesn't. There is no difference unless you tend to check the information about the image. And whenever we're doing this, you find out that you always fall victim for this. There's no difference. But you'll see image one and the original image and the adulterated image, they look the same. But what matters is the size and the information that has been embedded into the image. It could be, like I said, it's not only it doesn't it's not limited to image. It's also it can actually be a material. It can be a video. It can be an audio. So and that's it. So the second one is going to be identifying phishing links. Yeah, it's very, very important. So we are going to, I'm going to show you how to identify phishing links, what to look out for, and also we are going to simulate. I'm going to simulate a live phishing attack, whereby I want us to interact on it and see how it works in real time. So, like I said, all these are for educational purposes. So, the next one is we are going to check. I'm going to show you guys how to analyze email headers. Like, for instance, a lot of us we get a lot of spam emails. Some of them looks legit, and some of them is not legit actually. But we are so confused that we don't really know. We can't differentiate the difference between a legit. Maybe let me use for instance. Let's say a legit Jumia mail and another mail that looks like Jumia, looks original like Jumia, but it's really not Jumia. So in this practical, that's where we'll be analyzing and how to even find out the IPs at which the mails is being sent. So the fourth one, we are going to learn how to identify or how to get password logins. You know, most of the times we always tell people do not impute your password and do not use public Wi-Fi's. Do not impute your password in an unencrypted website, a website that doesn't have SSL, that is not encrypted. You shouldn't impute your information there. It could listen, because if it's not encrypted, that means everything you're imputing is we are seeing it in real life in plain text. So the fourth practical we're going to do is just we're going to use Wireshark. We're going to stimulate, like I said, um, using a vulnerable website to simulate how to get information on with Wireshark. And like I said, mentioned, we are assuming that it's we are using a public Wi-Fi. So we are assuming that a bad actor is on a public Wi-Fi that you are using, and you are surfing a website that is not encrypted. So, oh yeah, that's the fourth again, which is supposed to be the fifth. Is we're going to learn how to use Google Docs and image search to locate information and files. So this is all about hosting, trying to find informations or find some kind of documents that probably should be private, and maybe with some crawling, which you could do with Google Docs, you could fish out get some information. So we're going next to the next slide, which is the cyber threat. So okay, now, so we're talking about the cyber threat, and I believe you all can see the image right there and how the cyber world evolves, and how cybersecurity is just in between, at the center of it all, because our life revolve around all this. It revolves around our house, our hospital, cameras, phones, gadgets, everything, bank. So now this is just what cybersecurity is all just out there to ensure that you don't just fall victim, you are protected, and you also protect the next person around you. So with the knowledge you're going to receive right here. So now, like we already understand that we are in a modern world, we usually say that, and the war we are fighting now is what we call a cyber war. You understand? So as we will call it a cyber threat. That's what we keep receiving every day. I can bet you that each one of us here might have received more than 5 to 6 phishing emails, or emails that we don't know where it's coming from. So it's a normal thing. So some of our informations are being sold as a result of compromised website, and some of our information are being sold as a result of we compromising our data. So the thing about this is everybody is aggressive, and there are a lot of automated tools which actors are actually using to ensure to enact this cyber threat. And why are they doing this? Some of them are actually doing it um financial purpose. They are financially driven, and that's the truth. So now, like I mentioned, cyber actors are actually adding a combination of AI alongside with automation, social engineering to infiltrate their target. Not only the target, like I mentioned, the target is not only you, it could be your family, it could be a company, it could be your school, it could be government, it could be the bank, and anybody could be used as a target to get into the next target. And that's the way the world of cybersecurity goes. So, what is the shocking statistics? The shocking statistics is even the United States, the cybercrime damage to reach, based on the United States facts, this cybercrime damages to reach 10.5 trillion by 20 by the ending of 2025. You understand? So you'll find out that, and this is even larger than every economy except for the United States and and China. And one thing you should understand is there's average on the average there is always a breach, and which is always costing people or costing the world um over $4.5 million globally. So to which is a range, and 10 million in the United States. So just to let you know that even the United States, which who are even the like the tech giant when it comes to infrastructure and sophisticated infrastructure, they are still vulnerable to this. So now come down to Nigerian businesses. Every business, every 2,000 plus business receive attacks weekly, in fact daily. Some of them SMEs, because some of them don't understand the controls to put in place, what to do, and how to protect themselves. And I believe you me, a lot of us here know somebody who started their business and they were hacked or they were scammed, and they've lost the zeal to even become open a business anymore because, of course, they don't really understand what really happened, and that is just the biggest mistake. So 58% of global attack, they target small businesses due to weaker security controls, and that is true. Wow, when it comes to ransomware is the order of the day. Is the order of the day. So they're out there to ensure that you pay. They encrypt your information. You pay, nothing else. Like I mentioned, their gain is their goal is for finances, to make money. And why some other have different goals, like not all I could actually tell you that not all bad actors have the same goals. So now, the bottom line, something I would like to let you understand is, for the fact you're using a phone, you're using a smartwatch, you're using an email, you're using you're accessing your online banking, you're using a social media, even down to your smart TV, your cameras, whatever thing that you could use to solve the internet. Whether you are not even using any of this, or you are even buying or you're selling anything online, you are a target. And that's one thing you should have at the back of your mind. You are always a target. So, what are the common minds? A lot of us, especially here in Nigeria, because I eat a lot of this as mainly for people in Nigeria. A lot of people, I've met a lot of people. When you ask them, they'll tell you that my business is too small to be targeted. That's a lie. Because like you saw the mind versus the reality, you can see that it's false. That's a false, that's fallacy actually, because hackers use automated tools to scan everybody. When they are scanning, they sometimes they don't even know who until they get who one particular loose end, and they can actually get a particular loose end, which is, let's say, somebody who doesn't even have a business or even have a small business, then do what we call lateral movement into even a bigger organization. And that's the way it goes. So another person will tell you, antivirus is all I need. Oh, I have my system updated, I have my antivirus, and I have my anti-malware. Well, I'll also tell you, having only that is also a very bad mindset, because antivirus is like a padlock. Then the awareness is just the real key that prevents you from leaving the door open. So that's it. You could have an antivirus and still you are the one who is even bringing the attacker into your doorsteps. And we, as time goes on in this, we'll see how um, these things are being done. So some people actually also say, I don't have sensitive data. Wow, that's nice, but still false, because even though if you don't have sensitive data, you are close to somebody who also have sensitive data. So we could leverage on that and get information from you. And also, you have customers' names, or let's say probably you have your phone record, your email, payment history, your bank login details, and all these are highly sensitive. So this is just for somebody who believe I don't have any sensitive information. So now let's go to the last, but not the least. This is just about a few I added here, which is some people will actually say, "Oh, I do my business online, and I operate." Okay, I don't do my business online and I operate offline. Wow, still you're still a target. So that's just to let you know that no matter what you do, even you, let's say you're using a Nokia phone, you are still a target. A Nokia phone that's like back those days of we using that 310, you are still a target. So now let's go to the next thing. So I'll be so fast about this, so that because there are a lot of real case study I would love you guys to see and how it happened. So this is about the SIM swap, the one that emptied a business account. So look at how it happened. The entrepreneur lost over 5 million naira from his business account over a weekend. And how did this happen? Um, Hello, can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, kindly give me a thumbs up. And if I'm not being too fast, kindly give me also a thumbs up. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so now look at what happened. How did the attack happen? It happened through social engineering. Yeah, so through social engineering, convinced the entrepreneurs network provider that they were legitimate. So now let me just break it down. So what they did was they convinced the telecommunication that they were legitimate because they already have the information of this entrepreneur. So they went ahead and performed a SIM swap. Imagine somebody performing a SIM swap on your phone because he already has information. He already knows, he's a professional at it. So he already knows the information that will be asked, and he has actually gotten those information, maybe like your date of birth, your secret password, and the rest. So he already has it. So he now went and performed a SIM swap. Then, because he already knows that this is a SIM that you are using for business, so he performed a SIM swap. And look at what he did. you know, initiated a password reset on the bank apps. And since the OTP, of course, you can do what do you call it, USSD. You can use USSD. Here in Nigeria, you can use USSD to make a transfer. So since now he has make a reset on the password, now because he has the original SIM and the other person um who is the rightful owner of the SIM now has lost network, because he'll be like, how, there's no network in my SIM. He doesn't know that he has been hacked, actually. So now the guy did an OTP, a password reset. They sent him the OTP. He used this to successfully transferred money out from this person's account. So the question is, what happened? What was lost? He lost money. And again, if coming to business, he's going to lose reputation, because imagine if that 5 million naira was for him to buy something, and maybe he doesn't have any other money, because I believe those guys will wipe as many banks amount that is in that bank, and that's what they do. So this is going to cost him not just the money, it's going to cost him reputation, because the inability for him to supply those things in time, if he doesn't have any other way to raise that money, and a week of panic. So now, what are we trying to say? What are the lessons for you to learn here? You use strong password manager, and also try as much as possible to use double factor authentication. So sometimes maybe what the double factor authentication you could use aside from just your mobile number could be an app, maybe in a separate phone or in a separate Just maybe on your phone, yeah, you could use an app, maybe let's say Google Authenticator or and the rest. So that in as much as they've been able to reset, they might not be able to make a transfer. So that's just it. So now this is another one, the like the Jumia e-commerce phishing trap. So the same thing happened. This person was sent an email that looks too good to be real. So he has won a Jumia voucher. And what happened? She and everything looks real. Like these people are professionals. With the presence of AI, they can build exactly, in fact, something that is even far more real than even that of the original. And that is it. So now what happened was they now crafted this thing and sent it to her, and she now tried to log in. Now, these people, what was their target? Their target was to get a bank a username and password. And this is where the danger comes in. If you're the type of person that use the same password for everything, so they were able to you when she log in because they are going to prompt you to log in your username and password. Yeah, so she did, and they tried other apps where this username, email, and password could work. They found out it worked on Facebook, it worked on maybe Instagram and all kind of social media platforms, and maybe the bank and the rest. So they now were able to use the same password to log her out of her account. So, and that's the thing. The question is, what she lost? She lost a lot. You understand? Which is was as a result of a fraudulent message. It could be an email, it could be a message, it could even be a call sometimes, and we'll get to that. So now the question is, what is the lesson to learn here? You should always manually type addresses. Be careful, always ensure, check the URL of every website. Never trust any email. Don't just say any email because it's coming and it looks original and they've edited it. It's now showing Jumia is real. Then all of a sudden you now decide to say, I am just going to you didn't think, you just because of how sweet the offer sounds, you acted immediately. That was what led to this. So and now the next one is the one we call BEC, business email compromise. So which is very this is very very deadly, and I think it's one of the largest thing kind of scam that is happening in real time against organizations and also against entrepreneur, whereby somebody hacks into your email, your official email, and maybe let's say for instance you're into your supplier or something, then now use your email to reach out to maybe some people who are debtors, people who are actually owing you, who have not paid. Maybe the person studied your email language and checked your previous email messages, found out that you sent emails to receive or to request for your payment, and all of a sudden the person now crafted it. Both of you are inside the email. You are there. The bad actor is also there. So you he created like I said, they are professionals. So he now reached out to whoever is owing you and tell them, please make due to some issues I'm having in my bank, I would like you to make payment to this bank because my bank is undergoing, maybe like they could tell you my bank is undergoing what do you call it, an update. They are doing some updates which is going to make it not to be available. Please make payment, and that was how that went, because it's a valid email and that is your personal email. You've already given out your, by mistake, maybe through phishing or whichever way, you've given out your username and password, and they're already in it, and they reached out to your debtors and siphon the money to a different account. Same thing. It could be a manager that his email is compromised, and they reached out, they looked at it. Oh, he has access. He instructs funds, so they could actually reach out to maybe the financial secretary. The email is coming real from the manager. Yes, because the financial secretary cannot even come and start asking, "Sir, should I not?" Or because this is an original email. So now reach out and send this information. And all of a sudden, the financial secretary is going to see an email from his boss or our boss. Then we'll actually follow the instructions. And before you know it, everything is gone. So this is also the reason. why you need to understand how to be cyber safe when it comes to things like this. So now, for people who are talking about, oh, maybe I'm just using my phone for WhatsApp. I don't have any business. So that's the reason why I brought up something like this. It could be your family, it could be you, it could be anybody. You understand? So somebody could hijack your WhatsApp or hijack your number and actually use it to create to scam your family member. In this real life case study with you are seeing at the screen, it's all about a Lagos-based mother who received a message from her son's number on WhatsApp. So it means that the son's WhatsApp has been compromised, and a lot of us might have had people who have experienced, or a lot of us might have experienced this in the past. Because I know of some of my friends who have experienced this in the past, and I always tell them, ensure you set up your multi-factor authentication, which will help you to an extent. So now, when what they did was they hacked into the guy's WhatsApp, take him out, then used it to chat the guy's mother, requesting that he is stranded and something. Then it's your son WhatsApp, of course. The mother is going to respond because it's coming legitimately from the son's number. But remind you, is the son's WhatsApp. All of a sudden, they requested for money or whatever thing, and the mother wired it, only for the mother to find out that it was a scam, and all that went into the thin air. So this is for people, somebody who is thinking, "Wow, I'm just using my phone just for WhatsApp, nothing else. Nobody can." No, you could be a victim. So the lesson here is always never. The lesson one of the lesson here you should learn is a trusted person asking for an OTP is the biggest red flag. You understand? Sometimes I'm trying to analyze this, how the guy was even maybe fished, or how the guy was manipulated into giving out his OTP, because there's no way they got access to his WhatsApp without him giving out an information. So it's probably they've sent him a phishing link telling him to there's a code he's going to receive that he should do so and so, and he did that. All of a sudden he was locked out of his personal account, and that's very, very bad. And this thing are happening in real life. They are happening on a daily basis. Then this is for people who like using public Wi-Fi, and everywhere they go they impute their device on the public Wi-Fi. So it's just to let you understand that it happened to a entrepreneur in the airport who used the free Wi-Fi. You understand? In Wi-Fi in Lagos to check for business emails after a flight. And a week later, he discovered that somebody has accessed his email. And you know what he could do, what they can do for a tech um, entrepreneur. So it means that he has a lot. Maybe he could have a good mind in his email, and that's how they got access. He was using a free Wi-Fi, and probably he might have been surfing an unprotected, an unencrypted site, and they got those information. Yeah, so that's how this thing happened. And you should understand that some people be like, is it this today that I joined? I decided to block my laptop that hacker will come and hack me. Let me tell you the truth. Those guys are the same way you take your daily job, you brush your teeth every morning, you wake up every day. This is the way, that is their job. They are looking for public environment, they are looking for people, profiles online to attack. So they're always ever ready. But you're always thinking that maybe you should be on your system for like 5 hours or one day before they will attack you. No, some of them are already waiting for you to just attack, and it's for sorry, they also are already waiting for you to just log in, and they get a signal, a new IP has arrived. Then just a second, millisecond safe, they've actually done what they want to do, and that is just it. So the lesson for you to learn here is you should never use a public Wi-Fi. It's never safe. But if peradventure you are tempted to use it, always use a VPN. Ensure you use a VPN, because a VPN is going to protect you, because a VPN runs what we call through tunneling. So it doesn't reveal your real IP, and everything is encrypted in between the tunneling of the IP of the VPN. So that's just it. So now, well, I think I've already explained, said this. Who needs it? Everybody needs it because you need to protect, recover, identify, respond, and detect. And that is the reason why you need cybersecurity. You need this knowledge. You need this training. So the question is, why cybersecurity awareness matters to everyone? Why? One of the reasons is because of the human story. The human story, like I said, and like is based on research, humans are the weakest link. Humans, systems, when you program a system to do a particular thing, the system will continue doing that particular thing till thy kingdom come, unless maybe if maybe there is a power surge or the system crashes. But human will always go to that system and tweak one or two things, misconfigure something. So humans are always the weakest link. So it's one thing for you to understand that every major cyber breach in history didn't start with a firewall. It wasn't a firewall failure because once you configure your firewall, be it a software firewall or a hardware firewall, it will give you the same thing. It doesn't change. But every breach starts with a failure, like every failure of every breach or every breach that happens starts as a result of a failure of a human being, either configuration or anything. So it didn't start with a firewall failure. It starts with a human, and that's the thing. And why am I saying so? Because there is somebody who is reusing a password. There is somebody who is clicking an email because it looks too real to be good. It's so appetizing, it's so interesting. Somebody maybe in a work environment or even in your house, in your homes, it's somebody who, whenever they see free thing, they click on it, they don't think. Free courses, they click on it, they don't think. They don't try to vet it. You understand? They see free anything free, free scholarship, they click on it, they don't think. They're giving out their information without knowing. And there's somebody who is always uploading something, either a vulnerable code or a vulnerable material. And there's somebody who is going to say he's a network administrator, or who is going to say he's an IT professional, who is going to open a port that is not meant to be open. Because why? It's not because of he wants to do it, it's because human and fatigue. So as a result of fatigue, he could make a lot of mistakes. So human are prone to error. And that's just it. And there's somebody who has ignored a patch. Even as I'm talking to you guys now, I know that there is somebody here who they will tell you, I will not, maybe they have an iPhone that requires to upgrade the iCloud or the iOS, or maybe a laptop that needs to update the Windows. They will tell you, no, if I update it, it will scatter my system. But you don't understand. The reason why the manufacturers of this operating system brought up the update is because there was a vulnerability in place. Maybe there is a 0 day vulnerability that they find out, and they are trying to patch out those vulnerabilities, and that is it. And you are saying, "Oh, no, it's going to spoil my system. It's going to spoil my phone." Well, I will only tell you that you are just opening the gateway for bad actors to enter, because anytime you just they get across to you, it's just like a free passage entrance to a home of wealth. So now it's so bad for us to understand that everything is becoming sophisticated. Threats are coming from right, north, south, east, and west. AI is helping of every. In fact, before, back those days, they will tell you that one of the things you used to know about a phishing email is that they don't speak good English. But right now, AI can construct even one of the cleanest English for you, and these bad actors are leveraging on it. Some of them are even paying for the premium use of the softwares, and that's the reason why you shouldn't remain in the old idea that if it comes with a bad English, it is a scam. If it doesn't come with a bad English, it is not. Or if the logo is not looking fine, it is scam. If the logo is looking neat, too real, it is not. Sometimes, let me tell you the truth, people can rebuild Facebook page, rebuild so many phishing page, and they look real. And that's the reason why you should take this awareness very, very serious. So also, targeted attacks. It's in fact everybody is an attack. Everybody's been attacked. Actually, let me not say everybody's attacked. Yeah, but everybody's been attacked on a real on a scale of if I'm to give you on a scale of 1 to 10, what is the rate at which attacks are coming to us? Not right, front, back, right, center. I will tell you 10. I will tell you 10% because attacks are coming from every angle. Go to your mail, go to your like some of us go to your mail. You will see a lot of emails. You really don't know how they came into your mailbox. Go to some of your phone. You might see some message. You don't even know how they came into existence. Into You don't even know how they launched themselves into your phone. And some of them are telling you to click. Some of them are telling you to apply. So all these things is part of the targeted attack that we experience. And sometimes they throw it at a large scale, which is the massive way. And you need to understand how this thing works. You need to not everything you see you believe it is true. You need to start thinking, having that mindset to think. In fact, have a doubt. Always be like what do you call it, doubting Thomas. Anything you see, make sure you verify. I think that's the only way you could be safe at this point, because even having the best tools may not help you, because if you bring it to your house, uh, your tools may not be able to help you at that moment, because some of these virus and malwares have been crafted in such a way that once you bring it into your system, it could deactivate a lot of it could even deactivate your antivirus and make it inactive, and you won't know, and that's it. So it will go into your firmware and reside home free. You won't know. So now, like I said, the human firewall, the humans are always the best firewall. And how can they become the best firewall? Is by awareness. So it's one thing for you to understand that your awareness transforms you it transforms you from a potential vulnerability into a crucial layer of defense. Like as I'm telling you, everyone here on this call, I'm trying to explain to you why you shouldn't. Maybe if you might have been doing it before, it's high time you go and you think twice about it, because if you have this knowledge, you won't be a potential vulnerability. You will now be a layer of defense to cyber attacks or cyber threats. And understand that cyber criminals, they don't hack computer first too. Yes, they don't use to hack they don't have computer first, because it's not you that will carry your computer. No cyber criminal just come and say and carry your and say and maybe they will hack your computer. Because you are the one who is going to ensure that your computer is going to be in an environment, or your system is going to be in an environment that will attract them. If you keep your laptop at home, you did not connect to the internet, you did not surf anything. Let's say you're just surfing within your Microsoft Word, right? Nobody's going to attack you. But anytime you say you're going online, you're trying to surf the internet to check what is happening. I'll probably go to Twitter, download something, or go to Telegram, download something. That's when you are now prone to being infected. That's just it. So, like I said, it's crucial for the defense against cyber threats. So understand that cyber criminals don't hack systems, they don't hack computer first. They hack people in the digital world. And it's one thing for you to understand that you are the first layer of defense, and you're also the easiest entry. And this is something you should always have in your mind. You are the first layer of defense. You are the one who can protect against this attack, and you're also the one who can actually let them come in. Yes, that's the truth. Like most of the times, I usually give this analogy. I remember while growing up, we were being told that Rome was not built in a day, right? Rome was not built in a day. But do you know that Rome can be destroyed? It's so easy for Rome to be destroyed in a day, right? So because of cyber attack will actually bring down a nation. As US is now, they are fighting from left side, left, right, front, back, trying to protect and defend. If they neglect it, of course, you will find out that maybe one of their nuclear warhead has been released remotely, and that's just it. So that's the reason why their awareness is so important, that it's not just for the tech guys, it's for everybody. And understanding the chain of humans, knowing that you are a friend to somebody, you are a friend to A, A is a friend to B is a friend to C. So you could be infected and you give an handshake to B, just like the way COVID is. You could be infected and give an handshake to B, B takes it and takes it to C, C takes it, and that's the way it keeps going. Just imagine that to be a virus. You're infected with a virus and you now shared file with another person, your friend, and your friend you collected the file in the system, and so it happened. You keep sharing, sharing, sharing. So before you know it, you guys will be used as a botnet. That's where you now start seeing simulations that they call denial of attack, DDoS, distributed denial of attacks. But you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know that you are even used for this. So, you guys hearing me? I would like you guys to give me a response. If I'm too fast, you let me know. Okay, okay. All right, thank you very much. So I'll proceed. So the $1 million question people usually ask, and I like to always tell people and explain it in a reality um, in a reality settings actually, because some people think is the question okay in a reality settings. The $1 million question is, what is cybersecurity? A lot of persons will say it is the ability to protect your system, protect your assets, your gadgets, and they leave the aspect of themselves. Humans are also to be protected, because if you protect your system alone and you don't protect the human will infect the systems. And that's the thing. So when you look at this diagram, you will see that, like I mentioned, it's it's a continuous cycle. It's a continuous cycle. You identify, you respond, you detect, you protect, you recover. And this you continue doing like that. This is how you keep going if you want to be free from cyber threats. First, you identify it. When you identify it, you respond. Then, when you respond, you try to detect what is it. Then, when you detect it, you now try to ask yourself and try to look for a way to protect. And try to what that protection means, you have to make sure that it doesn't spread. Then you have to look for a way to recover. So now, let me give you my own definition of what cybersecurity really is all about. It's a daily habit. It's not just a one-time thing. It's the daily habit and practice of protecting your. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Okay, sorry. I think I had a network glitch and I needed to get it back. So, like I was saying that cybersecurity is a daily habit and the practice of protecting your digital assets, such as your phones, computer, account, money, data, business, system, family, and overall life from unauthorized access, which could be theft, damage, cyber criminals who may try to steal, destroy, or hijack them for malicious purposes. So when you see this definition, you understand that cybersecurity is not something you just say, I have installed antivirus on my phone and on my system and I'm okay. So as we dive deep, we'll find out other things or the reasons why it has to do with your daily life. So that's just it. So it's so important you protect even your family member. You have to make them cyber aware of the danger, because one thing is certain, that the war that we are going to or we are experiencing currently is may not really be as like back those days, like the Russia, um, America, German American war back those days. It might not even really be a nuclear war. I think currently the war that is happening now is what we call a cyber war, where nations is actually attacking other nations remotely. And that is just the thing. So that's the reason why the only best defense you have is ensuring that you can protect yourself, not wait for the government, but protect yourself for yourself and by yourself. So understanding that cybersecurity is an habit. It's an habit that you need to have, a daily habit. So I'll be going to the next slide. So You can't talk about cybersecurity without talking about this, the CIA triad. It is the base rock of what cybersecurity entails. This is just a proper explanation of what cybersecurity is meant to do for you, because cybersecurity is meant to ensure that your informations are confidential. It's also meant to ensure that your information they have the highest level of integrity, and it's also also meant to mention make sure that it has the highest level of availability. So imagine you don't have any of this, it means that you're not safe. Your phone is your confidentiality. You have anything in your phone should be your personal thing, right? Then imagine sending a message to me and somebody can change. Maybe you want to send hello, how are you? And somebody can, a man in the middle intercepted the message and change it to you are a fool. You see? And you know that that's not what you really said. It has altered the integrity. Then imagine that your phone all of a sudden where you kept it, you did not see it. They've stolen. Somebody have actually picked it up. They've stolen your phone. It means that now you want to now test me or you want to access your phone. You can't. You don't. You can't. You can't. It's not available for you to be able to access. So this is just like I'm using a real life set scenario of our phone and our daily life, what we do with our phone, to explain what this CIA triad is. So that's the reason why it's been called CIA triad. So it's the pillar of cyber security. Is the pillar and is the must. So like I mentioned, let me just go straight. So the confidentiality is there to ensure that only the right people can see it. That's what I explained. Only the right people can see it. If you're sending a mail to your boss, if so far as you are not copying maybe the assistant manager, yes, you are sending a mail to your manager. So far as you're not copying your assistant manager should not see it. It should be only your manager should see it. But when your assistant managers, let's say the assistant manager sees the mail without you copying him, that means it has lost confidentiality, and that's it. Then the integrity, like I mentioned, is nothing has been secretly changed. The way you sent the message is the same way he received it. Nothing changed. Everything remained the same, and that's just it. Then the last one is you can get to your files, apps when you need it. So imagine trying to access your phone and your phone is, let's say probably there's a DDoS attack. They've used your phone as a botnet and your phone is uploading and it's dragging. You can't have access to your phone. You can't have access to your files. And your phone is very sluggish, even blowing one kind of hot air like as if it wants to explode. You get. So a lot of things. So you need it. You need to. Cybersecurity solves all this. This is the question cybersecurity is trying to ask. Is it confidential? Is there integrity in the message? And also, you easily access it. Having this knowledge, it's nothing. There's nothing else cybersecurity is trying to do for you aside from this. So now let's talk about what we call the cyber attack. It's not new for any one of us to understand that we are in a cyber war. It's not new. I remember back then, a lot of us we were happy. I think during COVID-19, 20 ours was we experienced it more in 20. There was this people, this group, this what do you call it? I should call them um, well, I'll call them a black hacker, yeah, because they are bad actors actually, who was called Anonymous. You understand? I remember back then, they were bringing out different numbers from different persons, and we are happy. Yes, we were enjoying it. They were bringing out numbers of our politicians and telling you call them. Well, how did they get access to it? It was hacked. It's a cyber war. It shows that our system is porous. Because on a normal, you are not supposed to be able to get those information. And that is just it. So that is what I'm telling you. I'm just using that reality to bring it to you that there is a cyber attack on a daily basis. And if you were here earlier, when I was showing you the threat map, the cyber threat, live cyber threat map, that's to show you what kind of as threats are happening as I'm talking to you now. And organizations are trying to protect themselves from it. So now what the question is, what is a cyber attack? A cyber attack is an intentional attempt to attack. So an intentional attempt by an attacker to break into a system. Yes, his mindset is to break into a system, network, device to steal, damage, disrupt, or gain unauthorized access to data or services. And like I mentioned, the case study I mentioned with the group that we are posting our what we call it, our elites numbers, they are anonymous. This is something, this is likely to be there was a cyber attack on them or on our infrastructure. Then they pulled out their records, the data records, and that was how. Though a lot of us were happy, but we didn't really understand what happened because we are so happy that we wanted to see the number, but it was a breach. It was a cyber attack that they were able to get all those information, and it was unauthorized. Oh, Chinechirem said, I don't know if it's a he or she, that she cannot hear me or he cannot hear me. Is there any other person that can not hear me? If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. All right, I think it's from my network. All right. Thank you. I think it's from our network. So this is actually how it happened. So the cyber attack, yeah, they pull out information, yes, and that was how it happened. But one thing I want you to understand is there was an attack. Something was breached. Information was stolen. And let me tell you, it wasn't only that number that they collected and gave to us. There were more other things that was like what do you call it? A gold mine for them. But they just gave us a tip of an iceberg of what could make us happy, actually. And that's just the thing because every bad actor has a mindset, a goal. They have their intent. Their intent is not to come and maybe come and like those different persons have different goals. Everybody have, some could be financial, some could be religious, some could be nation. It could be an exponent like a nation trying to. So a lot of them have different goals. So when we get to that side, I will explain that in detail. So that's just it. So next thing is, in simple terms, is let me break it down in simple terms. Is when somebody uses technology to harm you. Yes, when somebody uses technology to harm you, your business or your digital world, and it's a very painful thing. It can be so painful when you find out that somebody has hacked into your privacy. It's very very painful. So now let's look at this. Just like for instance, this the image of this lady. Let's picture it. She was trying to access her system, and all of a sudden she can't. Then I think the only right now from the image you are seeing, the only thing she can access is just her diary. And I can believe you me, the information on that system is far, far bigger than the information on that diary because in a digital world, we store more digital things than even what we pen down with our hands because we believe that it's easy to store things digitally than it is to write short things manually. So it's for you to understand that before every cyber attack, before every stolen password, before every hack business page or hack organization or hacked anything, what happens? There is somebody behind the screen called what? A hacker. There's somebody who is behind the screen who is being called a hacker. And yes, but let me tell you the truth. Not all hackers are bad. Yes, not all hackers are bad. You know, we always have this mindset that when people they be like, we have this mindset that hackers are bad. Like hackers are bad people. No, the intent is what makes them bad. Hacker is just somebody who can actually get into a system through trying different technology, different skills, different knowledge. You understand? So, but the question is, what is their goal? Their goal is what matters, and we'll go into that. So now, but not all hackers wear the same hat. Like I said, not all of them wear the same hat. Not all of them have the same intent. Not all of them have the same goal. So some of the hackers break to protect us. Why others to destroy us? And a few, they move in silently into the shadow, not fully good and not fully evil. They are just there. They are not good, they are not evil, they are just neutral. So it means that whenever they want to do good, they will do good. Whenever they want to do bad, they will do bad. But they are very dangerous and unpredictable, which is even one of the worst. But nevertheless, let's go into the let's at least let's get to meet who these people are. The one that protects us, the one that destroys us, and the one that is neither good nor evil. So the question which we are going to ask before we even introduce them is who even attack us. And now you could see them. They are called the black hat, the white hat, and the gray hat. So now I believe maybe I will have to throw it to the house and see who could tell me who is the one that is meant to protect us, who is the one that is meant to destroy us, and who is the one that is danger that is neither good nor bad. Can somebody just maybe on the what do I call it message just tell me who, what is the white, who is the white, who is the black, who is the gray? Can we do it fast? Who is meant to protect us, who is meant to destroy us, and who is neither good nor bad? And can you drop message your answers? Let me see. Can you keep it rolling? All right. All right. Okay. Okay. So Benga said white hackers are just normal cybersecurity guys. Well, they protect us. That's very good. Chineye said the hammers. That's very good. Black hats. That's very good. Wow. And okay, I think Adeleke added one, said red, dangerous one, black thieves, and white protection. Well, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. So it's like I said, it's the intent. Okay, Solomon said black destroys, yes, white protects, yes, and gray are incognito. Thank you very much. I think the answers are oh, Sebastian said black hats, bad people, white are good people, and gray are, yeah, yeah, you all are all right. It's like you guys are, your answers are top notch. Yes, they are all true. The white is meant to protect us. So these are the people like me and you. If you decide to venture into cybersecurity and decide to say, okay, you're a pen tester, you're a security analyst, you are a SOC analyst, you are, what do you call it, you're a bug bounty hunter, people who fish for vulnerabilities and they pay them legally. Those are the white hackers. Then the black hackers are the ones they don't have respect for you. They don't care. You don't know them. They don't know you. They are not on social media. They will never be on social media until the day you catch them. So they are out there to attack you, steal your money, lock your files, and demand for ransom. And that is the black. But the gray, those ones, they will look at they will just look at your site based on their emotions. They can actually tell you, look for vulnerability and see it. And if you did not say something that sounds nice to them, that's the way I see gray. If you don't tell them something that sounds nice, they will sell your data. If you tell them something that sounds nice, they will work for you. So they do both. They can protect you and they can attack you. That's the work of gray. So they can do good job and they also can do bad jobs. They can be official what do you call it? They can be ethical hackers in the day, and they can be what do you call it? Bad actors in the night. And that's just what gray is. So let's go into the slide and see what these people really are. So like I said, you can see ethical security expert, the white hackers. The white hat hackers are the ethical security experts who help protect organizations. They find and fix vulnerabilities, and s- for and they are, some of them are being called bug bounty hunters, penetration testers, cyber security consultant, and the rest. You could mention some of them like somebody mentioned red team. I say they are dangerous. Yeah, red team are dangerous, but they're not as dangerous as the black hat actually, because they are dangerous. They are actually always giving problem to developers. I think developers always see them as dangerous people. So that's the thing. So now This is these people's goal to help organizations, and that's the reason why you there's people make huge amounts of money in bounty bug hunt. Like I think there was a time iPhone, when they released one of their new um, f- um, device, they called, I think even currently till now, they have a bounty hunter, um, what do you call it, site, where they tell you to come and try their system, try to penetrate into their system. If you're able to penetrate, they will give you a huge amount of money. Yes, I'm telling you the truth. They will give you, I think they said $1 million or something. That was one I saw. They say if you're able to hack into their system, come, they will give you $1 million. And there's always this hackathons that has been done, all this hackathon festival that has been done, where different organization, phone companies will bring their phone, Samsung, everybody will bring their phone and say, hack my. They are giving the authorization, hack my system. If you can hack it, I'll pay you. Because the reason is because they understand that nothing is totally 100% safe. So they want to make sure that they can protect not just their organization, their users. I remember, if a phone is easily targeted, if a phone is easily vulnerable, they tend to lose customers. It means that their reputation will die. A lot of persons will leave, will stop using that phone. And how will the company survive when they don't have customers? And that's just it. So let me just stop there. So now the second one is the black hat hackers. Yes, these people are criminals, like I mentioned, very big criminals. Yeah. So what they do, they are there to steal data, money, or access for malicious gain. There's this group they call the Lazarus group. I think this group has been terrorizing, in fact, the world. Even these inanimals is among. So there's this group they call the Lazarus group. They've been terrorizing the world. I think their name, if you search this Lazarus group, they are always linked to one attack or the other. But nobody knows them. You don't know them. So, but they are bad actors. You understand? So, and also, you could, there's this APT 29, which is Cozy Beer, and the rest. There are a lot of them. There are many. There are many. I just actually gave few um examples here. There are a lot of them. So now, who are the gray hat hackers? Like I said, they operate in the middle. You understand? They may break the rules. You understand? But usually without harmful intent. So sometimes those guys, they can do the good and also do the bad. They can break into your system and tell you, see, come, I found this bug. Oh, see. Then you tell them, oh, thank you very much, or you pay them very well, and they'll be like, oh, thank you very much, we are grateful. And tomorrow they can come another company and they look at it, and the company will not tell them something reason, and they will hack it and they'll go and sell it on the dark web. So it's great. Does both. It does what white hacker does and also what black hat hackers does. So now I will want you to, like I said, I just gave this tabular explanation to just show you what their intent or their goal is. So although I have explained it, the white hats are the ethical hackers. They are honorable. They don't just hack. They follow due procedures. You understand? And what they do is they find bugs before bad guys does. You understand? So they help protect softwares. Even some of these softwares, when you hear that maybe iOS so is out, it passed through the white hackers before it gets to you. It passed through a lot of security testing before it gets to, they roll it out for you to update. So that's the way it works. So then the black hat hackers, they are criminals. It's money. Sometimes the reason why they are attacking you is because of money. Sometimes the reason why they're attacking you is revenge. Sometimes it's chaos. Let's scatter. Let's just help these people and scatter everywhere. You understand? So they see your information, money, credit card, and etc. You understand? Then the gray, this they hack without permission. They hack without permission, but later they can tell the owner. You understand? And sometimes they do it for fame or bounty, for money. You understand? They might expose your data for good. Like I said, they can be good and bad though. They can be good and bad. So Now, there is other set of people that we don't really classify them um, into these three because there are a lot of hackers with different goals. There's these other people, like these first three that I mentioned, they work on their own. Oh. They are like they work on their own. Maybe their group, they are not sponsored by anybody. Maybe they are sponsored by themselves. You understand? Their unit is a group of friends coming together. But these other persons, this there's another one we call the script kiddie. These are people who maybe they just got into cybersecurity newly, or they just learned about a new tool newly. So they now want to use it to impress. Or maybe somebody just got them annoyed. So they now decided to say, okay, let's use this. Let me use this and attack these people. You get. So that's just it. So they are making use of already made tools to just try their luck. You understand? And maybe they can actually inflict you with a ransomware and tell you to pay. They call them script kiddies. They leverage on tools, already made tools. You understand? And use it to attack for fun, to impress friends. Not really for any good thing, but just like they just want to show you that. Like I remember there was one that happened that the guy hacked into, is he NSA in United States? Or and there's another one, the guy hacked into a bank and went and told them that he was able to. He just wanted to that name for them to know that he could hack into their system. You get. So there are different reasons and different goals. And there is another one, which is the nation sponsored, the nation state. These guys, they are sponsored. Their country. In fact, every country has hackers. It's just to let you know. Every country has hackers. Every country like US, they have people who their network, they ensure that nothing foreign body comes into their network, into their radar. They are on alert at alert 247, and they are making sure that they are trying to get information from other countries without their knowledge, and they are doing it from different ways, in different ways. So, for instance, like the China, they have their own hackers. The Russia, of course, we all know that. US, even Nigeria. I believe Nigeria has their own hackers, but the question is, I don't really know. So, like I said, Nigeria. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right. All right. Thank you. So, like even Nigeria, we have hackers, and I want to believe that even EFCC have hackers, people who tend to help them fight crime. You understand? They also have forensic experts. You understand? So people who help them to check for, do what we call investigation into cyber attacks. So the same thing, every country has it, but the question is whose country cyber nation sponsored hacker is stronger, and that is what every country is fighting for. And that's the reason why I remember, if you could remember back then, when Trump before Trump first um, when the first time he became a president, he was fighting China, this big tech company, about them stealing information with their phone. This is Huawei, the phone stealing. So every, like I mentioned, every country uses different method. They could have an hacker that will embed foreign information, like I mentioned, in steganography, you could embed a lot of things, and you'll be using it. You are using it on the UI, on the user interface. Them, they are on the command line. And in fact, they are even the stronger user. They can see everything you are doing. You are using it from, so every country has this. So now we'll be talking about the most common cyber attacks in 2025. So what are the most common cyber attacks in 2025? We could, all of us, we know what malware is. Malware is trying to inflict you with virus and the rest. We know what ransomware is. Ransomware, they try to collect money from you. They'll lock your system and collect money from you. There is this one that we all, not, I don't think it's everybody that understands this, because you have to have a cybersecurity knowledge to understand what man in the middle attack is, and it always happen when you are using a public maybe Wi-Fi. Yeah, a public Wi-Fi. So it's always happen that somebody can actually redirect your login. what you are trying to do. Yeah, I don't know if it has happened to you in such a way that you are trying to open Facebook, but it's taking you to maybe Jumia. They've done what we call browser exploitation on you. That your what do you call it, your Facebook is opening Jumia, or your Facebook is opening on something totally different. They are making sure that you cannot access that. So this could be done in a man in the middle attack actually, and it's also could be done in such a way that every information you are passing through them. They are like middleman. Like, okay, let me use the right word in Nigeria: middleman, agent. Agent. When you let me break it down. In Nigeria, when you want to go look for a house, you don't go and pay to the landlord direct. The agent is the one who brings you, right? But the only difference here is just that in the Nigeria house stuff, you know the agent, but this one in the man in the middle attack, you don't know the agent. You are paying to the landlord, but you think you are paying to the landlord. Somebody is changing what is going to the agent, to the landlord actually, which is the man in the middle, the agent, the person who is in between. And that's just it. And he's always doing it for for selfish purposes. And he has different goals. It could be to harvest your credentials, it could be to harvest your password, it could be to harvest anything. It could be to frustrate you so that you won't be able to solve that site you're trying to solve. And that is it. And there is this oga kpatakpata of all, which is called the 0 day attack. It can happen to any company, any phone, any, no matter how strong you think you are. What is this 0 day attack? 0 day attack is an attack that has never in existence. It has never happened before. Even the people who created the phone, they've not experienced it before. The people who created the software application, they don't know about it. So maybe a bad actor, or let's say an ethical hacker, whichever of the hackers, now found out about it, and maybe after he found out, he now told the company, which is an ethical hacker, and they now look for a patch for it. If it is a bad actor, what he will now do is when he finds out, he will keep quiet because the company don't know about it. He will start exploiting them. Maybe like he might be exploiting them for like a year, two, three, four, five. When the company start doing forensics to know why is this thing happening, because there will always be something going wrong in that application or in that app or in that system. That's when they will now find out that, oh, that, let's trace how is this thing going like this. Then they will now use an update to patch it. So like I said, 0 day exploit is an exploit that has never happened in real life. It has never, nobody know about it, nobody have heard about it, and the manufacturers who created that don't even know. So somebody is exploiting something that is first hand. They are the first person to know about this vulnerability. Nobody knows about it, and that's what the 0 day is. Then there is the DNS tunneling. That one has to do with ensuring your domain name server trying to reroute, and in fact, a lot could be done on DNS tunneling. Then crypto jacking. Oh, this is another one. Most of the times we try to click on a particular website, it's taking us. There's something popping out, taking us to another website, and that's just it. So there is what we call the cross-site scripting, the SSS attack. So it's a very bad attack actually. Is when you are trying to when an attacker can actually exploit your codes. It can actually exploit the parameter of your code. Then there is this that is personally related to humans, which is the social engineering, which is very, very important that everybody understand what this social engineering is. Because, like I said, before a bridge, there is a human being who did an error, who committed an error, who left a port open, who left something open, and that is just the way it is. So there is also the one we call the DDoS attack. Me and you, we could be we could be what we call it, a victim of DDoS attack, and that's the truth. You could be a victim of DDoS attack without knowing. Well, if you're the type that clicks on things, links anyhow, and keep downloading things, you could be downloading a malware that could be used as a botnet. You could download a malware that could be used as a botnet for you, and you'll be or call it that will be you not be used to attack an infrastructure without your knowledge. So the same thing, there's an SQL injection. This is very, very brutal. It's all about exploiting the database of an application, getting the information, trying to break into it without even with some certain level of tools, softwares. Then there's this regular one that happens to us every day. And as I'm talking to you, somebody has received a phished email, or is being phished. So which is the one that you could get you could get a message telling you the job that you've applied for, you you've gotten it. You should fill in this form and send this in and send your ID card and this, not knowing that even the job that you applied for, it was what do you call it? It was even the scammers or the bad actors that created that website just to lure you in, because they know that a lot of people, like I said, they will only these bad actors will only attack you based on what you like, and they can go to the extent of going to the social media to understand you, to understand what you like, what you post, what you react to. Then that can give them a basis of what you like. If you're the type that's looking for a job that you posted, Nigeria will not kill us. I went to look for a job today and I did not find any. They will present something that's closer to that. If you're the type that wants to japa, they will bring in several ads. I think it's even much now these days that you see several ads of jackparing. People are trying to jackpot, and you see some of them. They will tell you make payment, commit. So it's just that's just it. You will send you some phishing link, tell you you can do so, commit. When you commit, you find out that it is not really the commit is not really original and original commit. Then, like I mentioned, the malware. So let's go. Okay, so now let's go into the other type of attack, the malware and virus. Like I mentioned, which could be hidden in the fake apps. Like they can embed a virus into a fake app. Like some of the app we download are not secured, and a lot of them are not secure. Some of them are even requesting for camera when on a normal they are not supposed to. Imagine a app that maybe a gaming app that is not meant to use camera. There is requesting, it's telling you that you must allow permission of camera, you must allow permission of voice. And it's not as if the game you are playing a dual game with somebody, but he's asking you for all this information. And that's where the biggest problem happens, lies. Then virus. Then also somebody could hide maybe infect a USB and actually give it to you. So there are different kind of attacks, so many of them. Then the one that we usually do ourselves is the weak password. The weak password is the one we normally on our own side we allow ourselves get infested. Then they now hack us. Some of us, our password is our name and our favorite, maybe our name and date of birth. And if I know you, know your date of birth, if I can we can use we can brute force your password and it will not waste time, we'll get it. And it is a very bad cyber hygiene to use your name and your date of birth as your password, or to use something that you know. It's better you use something that is opposite of what you know, that nobody can even come and get from you. And that's just it. So the same thing with supply chain attack. So this attack is all about you breaking into a system that has so many systems, a system that has so many systems all together inside embedded into it. So imagine breaking into a house, and I found out there's several rooms inside the house. It's a supply chain. That's just the way it goes. So which could cause a lot of attack. So I'll not be going deep into this. And now, this is the best that has happened to every bad actor. The use of AI, the use of AI um to attack. This is the best that has happened to all the bad actors. They use AI now. They use deep fakes. Some of them use voice cloning apps and the rest. A lot. In fact, there are a lot of them. Some of them they have the funds to even subscribe for the premium, and they use it at their own will, as in the way. So you will not even be able to detect the difference. Imagine somebody using a deep fake to call you, and you, in fact, a lot of us have seen it. You won't be able to differentiate. Like, imagine that you see my face, but how sure are you that it is me? That's the question. How sure are you that what you're seeing at the screen is me? So there are a lot of deepfakes to actually make this work. So that's the reason why we just have to be very, very careful. Should have what we call zero trust. Don't trust anything. Always investigate. Always try to know. Ask if the person is calling you and the person is looking like what you know. Try other means. Try to hear what the person is saying. Yeah, there is also AI for voice. Try to look for something that's a password, that's something that you know the person knows you with, that no other person knows. You could actually use that to actually differentiate. So it's all about your technicality, your the why the how the wisdom you apply in trying to combat this. So, and there's what we call identity theft. It's happening a lot. Somebody steals your information, use it to go and borrow loan, and the loan company start calling somebody else and telling them you borrow loan, and you are not aware that somebody, but you feel this information without knowing, maybe as a job, or they've told you congratulations, you've gotten a job, and they're telling you to send in your information that we're going to do background screening, send us your NIN, your BVN for your bank and everything, and you did it happily because you're happy they've gotten a job online, maybe a remote job, even your passport, everything, not knowing that they are asking for the things that they will use to actually harvest the information that they are so interested in. And that's the way it works. So now I believe you should be able to understand how these people think. They think smart, and you yourself, you also have to think slow and smart, because they come to you fast and expect you to act immediately. So you have to calm down, no matter how it is. Rest, think it twice, ask people before you get into this, or you try to make verifications. So I think at this point, I would want to stop here for today. So tomorrow we'll be going into the very, this is a very interesting topic, which is social engineering, which I want us to get into this for tomorrow. So which I would like every one of us, like we did, we came in early today, so to also join in early tomorrow. So for now, I'll be stopping at this.